Hello, and welcome to SolidWorks Innovation Days 2009. I'm Jeff Ray, CEO of SolidWorks, and I am thrilled to be with you today to talk about a fantastic topic, and that is sustainable design. What is sustainable design? Well, sustainable design is a comprehensive, holistic approach to creating products and systems that are environmentally caring, socially just, and economically viable. Environmentally, such that the design offers obvious or measurable environmental benefits. Socially, so that it fills the needs of everyone involved in its production, use, and disposal or reuse. And economically, so that the design is competitive in the marketplace. The emergence of global scale problems and risks. If there is pollution in one country, it does not just affect that country. Those risks and problems really are being felt by the global community. Globalization of economic activity and population growth is a fact. With a larger population, we will require more natural resources. Expanded transparency and access to information. We know who are the major contributors to greenhouse gases and who is creating more landfills. There's a limitation of individual nation states. This is a global issue that no single country can solve alone. There is an emergence and confluence of global values. Consumers are more conscious of the environment and are choosing green products. This, for us, should be recognition of an extraordinary business opportunity. It gives rise to a whole new set of consumers and therefore new business opportunities. So, what are the reasons for going green? Well, the findings by Aberdeen's June 2008 Engineering Executives Strategic Agenda show that 56% of the manufacturers have already deployed some form of a design for greener product strategy. Additionally, another 26% of manufacturers plan to adopt a similar strategy within the next 2 years. Aberdeen found that factors driving green in product development falls within two general categories: internal and external pressures for social responsibility and a strategic plan to grow business. Now let's spend a few minutes and talk about some great examples of environmentally friendly green products that are commercially viable. The first one I want to talk to you about is eSolar. It's a 5 megawatt pilot that concentrates solar power within the plant. This product, designed in SolidWorks, went online and is now providing electricity to 4,000 homes near Los Angeles. The product company, eSolar, is based in California, and they use SolidWorks to design the heliostat mirrors that reflect and concentrate sunlight to a boiler that generates steam and powers a standard turbine to create solar energy. This company was funded in part by Google and Idea Lab to make this possible. It's modular, it's scalable, and it can be used across all sizes and dimensions of users. The methodology they employed standardizes the production to reduce costs and development time while simplifying deployment. eSolar is a great customer. They use 20 active licenses of SolidWorks for their design engineers to build the precise mirror specifications that can not only deliver the right power, but can withstand extreme winds and still be light enough for easy electronic adjustment. By enabling eSolar engineers to calculate precise tolerances and part fits on screen, SolidWorks has eliminated a full prototype cycle. For them, that's 4 months of savings. Contract manufacturers work with eSolar's SolidWorks designs to ensure manufacturability and ease of assembly, further streamlining development. Another great example is a good SolidWorks customer, Big Belly Solar. It's the world's only solar-powered compaction system. The Big Belly trash bin is the world's first and only trash compactor that runs on solar energy. Big Belly uses only the sun's energy to compact and store 5 times the amount of garbage as receptacles of the same size. The machine uses up to 1,250 pounds of force to compact trash periodically until it is full. Municipalities and city parks that formerly had to empty garbage cans twice a day can now empty Big Belly once a week, reducing fuel costs and carbon emissions from garbage truck trips. SolidWorks sheet metal features, along with simple load analyses in Simulation Express, enabled them to redesign the machine with 30% fewer steel parts. Now that not only cuts costs for a young startup, but it also contributes to their eco-friendly philosophy. Another great example is Island Sky, creating drinking water literally out of thin air. More than 1 billion human beings lack access to clean water today, according to the United Nations. The rest pay too much for water infrastructure, transportation, and packaging. That's why Island Sky Corporation, based in Hollywood, Florida, has developed a patented technology for transforming water vapor from the atmosphere around us into potable water. High-quality water is typically transported from springs, distilled, perhaps packaged, and then transported again, leaving a considerable carbon footprint. Their mission is to provide low-cost, high-quality drinking water to people in every corner of the world and to supply critical emergency drinking water for relief agencies in crisis areas, again, where potable water may not be available. Island Sky has developed 2 water-making products, one for the home or office and a larger commercial outdoor model. The multi-patented devices consist of more than 400 parts each, all of them designed in SolidWorks, and the systems will produce as much as 1,100 liters per day. They tell us that they're conserving time, money, and material resources by studying all of their prototypes in SolidWorks so that their first physical assembly works perfectly. Another great example is Nuvera, with engineering fuel cells and hydrogen generation. What's the challenge? Well, as a global leader in the development of fuel cell systems and processors, Nuvera Fuel Cells manufactures fuel cell and hydrogen generation systems for use in industrial vehicles and equipment, including the forklift trucks that are used in warehouses and distribution centers. The company needed to accelerate development and rapidly bring those products to market. The solution they chose was SolidWorks 3D mechanical design products because they found them to be easy to use, reasonably priced, and providing all the range of integrated design and simulation capabilities that they felt they needed to successfully develop their products. By selecting SolidWorks, Nuvera shortened its design cycles by 25%. They cut development costs by 33%. They reduced costs related to scrap and rework by 20%, and they secured a significant share of the forklift truck fuel cell market. So where are we today? Sustainability today is really 5 fundamental things. First is wealth creation based on the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Next, clean energy must be preferred. Next, government regulation will impact the business bottom line. So consumer voices are moving more towards environmental products and services. Companies who innovate early and are able to offer clean, efficient products will have the first mover advantage. Here's an incredible fact. The European Union estimates that over 80% of all product-related environmental impacts are determined during the design phase. Now that's not a surprise to you because you understand that capturing design right early in the stage of the design cycle is the most effective way to deliver a winning product. Europe is leading the way to achieve a change in mindset with an integrated product policy that not only promotes but pushes sustainable development. The European Union estimates that over 80% of all product-related environmental impacts are determined that early in the design phase. Therefore, companies that prioritize on design, finding tangible and methodical ways to reduce material costs and improve processes will be leaders in maintaining profit margins. So what does this mean to design engineers? Well, as we had just mentioned, our design engineer community has a massive influence on the market. Our decisions as designers contribute to 80% of the product lifecycle. Most engineers, however, don't have the data they need to help them make good decisions. And without feedback, they can't understand how to improve product at the design stage. Do any of you believe that you have all the information, technology, and methodologies available so that you can measure your environmental impact and improve it? Well, the answer, unfortunately, is no. From material use to where it should be made and where you're going to sell the product, there simply aren't the tools up until now to help you design that product. So what are the questions that you as design engineers have to answer? First, what do the raw materials cost? Next, how environmentally caring is the capture, processing, and handling of those materials? How much energy does it take to use this material? Is there a material that costs the same but is easier to recycle? Is there a material that is stronger but weighs less? Well, what you need is a very powerful analysis tool. Life cycle assessment is a comprehensive view of all the things that happen during a product's production, use, and disposal. It encompasses raw material extraction, material processing, manufacturing, use of the product by the consumer, and end-of-life options such as landfill, incineration, or recycling. LCA even takes into account the transportation that occurs between each of these phases. A comprehensive analysis like this provides a high degree of confidence in the decisions you make. But to do LCA right requires a lot of expertise and really good, accurate data. This is why we partnered with the German consulting firm PE International. They are the leaders in life cycle assessment over the last 20 years. There is no one better on this planet or more qualified to provide the data and information needed to help engineers. During the last year, they've been working with us to develop their LCA software for SolidWorks customers. That software is used already around the world by PE International. We've simply taken it and built it for SolidWorks. Anyone looking to truly understand the environmental impact of the product they design should demand this level of experience and expertise. So there are a lot of important metrics that you have to measure for environmental impact. They include the carbon footprint, the amount of energy consumed, the impact on the air, and the impact on water. Today we are pleased to announce SolidWorks 2010 new module, Sustainability Express. It is built on PE International's Gabby software. SolidWorks Sustainability shows designers how the choices they make can change the overall impact of any product they create. It measures the environmental impact over the life cycle in 4 areas: carbon footprint, air acidification, water eutrophication, and total energy consumed. There's a simple dashboard that will display and guide you through a baseline so that you can compare your original design and see where changes in the design have contributed to the improvement of the product. Because it is done real time, you will be able to easily understand the environmental impact of your design choices and effortlessly make sustainability a standard part of your design process. So we're thrilled to be announcing and introducing SolidWorks Sustainability. It comes in 2 versions: Express, which is built into the core SolidWorks product and available free of charge for the entire community. And then Sustainability, which is a much more comprehensive assembly level life cycle assessment tool. It not only helps you understand the impact on the global environment, but really helps you understand exactly how to improve your design and product. So it's a call to action for you. You have the power to make a huge difference. If one day I were to give a similar presentation, instead of showing Big Belly or eSolar, I would love to be able to showcase your products. and it can be machinery or mold. They would all be green products simply because of how you chose to design them, rather than just being limited to functionality alone. Well, let's discuss the implementation considerations. So number one, minimal material use. For example, why not change the wall thickness from 10 centimeters to 2 centimeters? What would that save you? Would it compromise the functionality? You can test that with SolidWorks. Improve material choices. If there is a plastic that wasn't available 10 years ago, that would make a part easier to produce, recycle, or transport. You want to design for ease of disassembly. Can the product be designed to be taken apart either for repair or selective recycling? And you want to design for product reuse or recycling at end of life. Can it be designed in a modular fashion so that parts of it can be replaced to upgrade its function without having to throw away the entire full product? You want to minimize the energy consumption. Is there a different method or machine for building or operating the system that uses less energy? You want to manufacture without producing hazardous waste. For example, eliminating lead-based solder. You want to use clean energies as a fundamental mindset. For example, what we see in today's hybrid automotive engines. Well, IBM has done a lot of work, and I refer to their study. 48% of IBM's 1990 global carbon dioxide emissions have been eliminated. 42% of IBM's employees do not regularly come to an office, saving over $100 million annually. And IBM has saved $97 million in travel costs by using online collaboration. They've grown renewable energy purchases from 11 million to 455 million kilowatt hours. And they've recycled 1 ton of product waste for every 2 metric tons of equipment sold. Those are great examples of a company doing the right thing for environment, yet doing it as a smart business would want to do it, improving profits. So tomorrow is today. Together, we truly can make a difference. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your trust and confidence in SolidWorks, and I hope you will enjoy the day. Goodbye.